And we are live. Dave had
Hello.
for a few minutes, and this is what happens when Dave has the controls. There we go. No, I'm just joking. Hi, Dave. Welcome.
Hey.
Everybody. Sorry if I'm a moment late. It's my fault. I was seeing a
Technical
man with
difficulties.
technical difficulties with a man and a horse. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, welcome. Episode 176. That's the wrong picture. That's not the right picture. Hold on here. Why did that one come up? Let's try that again. Welcome to episode 177, which I'm trying to pull up right now. It's not like I had that picture up since last week. There we go. Whoops, minimize the wrong windows. Production issues, otherwise known as me.
The
Um,
quality of this
there you go. Episode
stream.
177. I still don't know how to say. This is the third review stage of 2023, and they do them in every, I think they're 4-month blocks. So you can't say quarters. It's like thirds. This is the third review. I don't know. I still cannot get like how you
Third
would phrase
tier?
that.
Third
Sorry?
tier review? Third tier
Third.
review?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
just
don't
weird.
know.
Anyways, Lego did their last review of 2023 sets for the Lego Ideas project, which technically up until maybe 20, 30 minutes ago was the latest news, but something else dropped that's, Disney related. I can do that too. Thank you for the reminder. We have no one in chat and 2 people watching, so people will join in shortly. It looks like you're like adjusting the controls on the airplane because you got the headset on.
Beep, beep,
Oh
beep,
no, sorry,
beep.
the helicopter.
Yeah, it's
Roger,
a
Roger.
helicopter.
Yeah, you're flying your helicopter. So.
Jeff, I'm preparing to enter the tunnel.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway, it's been a day. There we go. It's been a day, and
It always is.
yeah. Have you ever woken up at like? Well, I woke up this morning at 6:30. Naturally, needed to see a man about a horse again, I guess. And then I got back into bed and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I was just surfing the internet for a little while, and then about 8:30, I'm like, I dozed off.
Oh.
I'm like, well, crap. So I woke up like 5 minutes before 10. Usually I try to be online before that, but like for work. But anyway, it was a bit of a crazy day. So
It happens.
it happened.
Shit happens.
Especially a few minutes ago. Anyway, okay, I'm not going to talk about my movements anymore. And I apologize, Gabriel. You're the first person here in chat, so I like your new series, but I'm going to lurk while I game. Thanks for the updates. No problem. Enjoy your gaming. Curious to see what you're gaming or what game you're playing, and you could still
Yes.
listen to
Is it Lego related?
us. Speaking of which, there is a news article today about or this week about Humble Bumble. Have you ever heard of Humble Bumble?
Yes. I've seen
They
the.
do charity fundraising type things, and sometimes it's like I think a couple of weeks ago it was like get 29 Lego books.
Yeah.
Rocket League. Okay, cool. Get 29 digital copies of Lego books for X
Yeah,
dollars.
but you have to be careful though because
Hmm,
Humble Bubble,
yeah,
th-
yeah. I think it was called.
you can adjust the level of money that goes to the author or the like the company that's giving away the stuff,
Oh, okay.
the charity and Humble Bubble, and
Oh,
usually
interesting.
the normal setting, a large portion of your donation goes to Humble Bubble.
Well, there you go. I did not know that. I've never used it. I've heard about it over the years. But they've got a new
I
promotion
used it
there
once to get a bunch of Lego books digitally.
digitally. Yeah.
So yeah, I used it once, and they're good on their word. I mean, they delivered
Mhm.
the PDFs of all the books that I ordered, and
Yeah.
but like I said, I somebody mentioned that you should, if you want to donate more to the charity, you should
Yeah.
adjust the settings to
Yeah.
so that your
Interesting.
$10 that you're giving away a majority of it goes to
Yeah.
the charity.
Yeah, and there's a minimum purchase. There's a minimum price you have to pay, but you can
Yeah.
then say instead of $5, whatever it is, I want to donate $20 or $30 to this charity because if you're getting 30, like 20, 30 items out of
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
all of
and,
them, so,
and that's the whole point. You're getting way worth the donation you're making. So
Yeah. So cool. So what have you been doing this week? Anything Lego
mm,
related?
that much. I received my August 1st order.
Oh yes. Oh, I left
Well,
mine
part
upstairs.
of my August 1st order because I had a. If you remember, I wanted to order Jedi Bob.
Oh yeah.
So I got Jedi
Jedi
Bob,
Ball. Yeah.
and
For
I
the
was so
record,
happy.
sorry, I was gonna say after the chat last Wednesday, David and I stayed on for another hour and a half until the switch over to August 1st, and then we were on for another 20 or 30 minutes because it was taking forever for the site to update. So we ended up ordering stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ordered Jedi Bob. I also
Yeah.
got my pick a brick order that was fiddling with. Well, not the whole order, the bestseller
sellers.
part.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Cool.
the bestseller part, it's already been sorted, and because it was like a small order, I did
Yeah.
order these torsos.
Oh yeah.
Which
Yeah.
are medium azure because
Okay.
I had I spotted the helmets, like the diver's helmet with the two headlamps
Yeah.
that were medium azure, and I want to transform one of these guys.
Yeah.
Well, probably the
Oh,
blue
so you
one.
get the arms. Yeah.
So
Medium
so I get
azure.
the arms.
But isn't one of those guys medium azure already?
No,
What are the space guys? Oh, they're dark azure.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
they're not medium azure.
Yeah.
And here's the twist. And they're gonna have like space helmets. So.
Space helmets. Gotcha. Give me a second here. I'm just unwinding a cord. I'm just going to set this up. Oh, we have another Matt's here joining us. Hey, Matt. How's it going? I'm just going to switch over to this camera for a quick second. Settings, camera, HD Pro. Yeah, I think that's the one. I've got an angle here, so that doesn't help. I've got all my, like, I added an extra shelf in the middle here. In the middle right there, just to condense all my space figs to one section. Just because they were spread out across the two shelves, like on the bottom row here. Sorry, it's hard to point. Like they were on this shelf over here as well, and it just I kept on having to go over and look at them and say, you know, what character or which characters do I have, or like Space Babies, for example. I was trying to figure out how many Space Babies I had and stuff, because Space Babies became available in blue and white this week.
We were wondering about that on our last chat.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
And lo and behold, on the next day, the helmets become available.
Yeah, the helmets became available. So I ended up ordering 5 white babies, which was literally torsos $24, heads $24. So I'm like, that's just insane. I mean, you got my medium, my minimum.
So
order
that means that this little space baby is worth like $50.
No. Sorry, 5 torsos, 5 heads.
Okay.
So for 5 figures, it's basically $10 a fig, $10 a baby. But
$10 for a baby.
But $10 a baby is cheaper than 5 times $260 to get 5 of these.
Yeah.
So I did get a second one of these. This is all my order is still upstairs, but
the price of those just came down dramatically.
Yeah. Well, they were still available. I think the promo's done now.
No, the promo's done.
Is it done today or done yesterday?
Well, today was done. I don't know about yesterday, but I checked the website today, and now it's the Formula One McLaren promo that they have on.
Yeah, so they must have finally sold out, but it took like 6 days to sell out, which is interesting. Like it took the whole period pretty much.
The price point was pretty high. I mean, it's $200 US.
Yeah, US, $260 Canadian. But
the price point was pretty high. We're in the middle of summer.
Yeah,
I mean, people are on vacation. They're not like necessarily ordering
Well,
or buying Lego
in
sets.
Canada, in the States, they're going back to school.
But
Right.
they also just dropped like a zillion sets.
Well, that's where I was getting at. Like they dropped so many.
It's not like there weren't things you might be like, oh, I really want 2 or 3 things because they dropped so many sets. I mean,
yeah, it was interesting how many sets they dropped, how many sets that like have it caught my eye. It's like, oh, I like that, I like that, I like that. But right now, I'm trying to get rid of the sets that I haven't gotten yet from. Well, I bought. Like I ended up buying the museum finally because I had $75 in VIP points, so I used that towards it. But like that was like technically a December last year release, so I'm now caught up to like I can now start. I shouldn't say I can now start ordering January or in 2024 sets. Obviously, I have ordered 2024 sets.
You can start ordering January.
Laying out $300.
I'll have a
2
feet. I'll have 6 feet of snow plus minus 20 degrees Celsius temperatures.
Well, I don't know about minus 20. Minus 1, minus 2.
And a side of not having the sun for like 12 hours a day.
Wow. You're kind of grumpy.
Well,
and
you just ordered January.
He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I think someone's going to the Caribbean this year. I think he's planning that during the winter. So
no, I actually saw that an ensemble when we went shopping to at Old Navy, and I saw this on a mannequin. And it was like, hey, I would look good in that. And my wife agrees. So
I was just thinking this would be a great time for the little thumper. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. But I'm joking, of course. But would be a handy GIF to have on the chat.
Hey,
anyways,
I don't care if you don't like it. My wife likes it, so
that's fine. It matches your undershirt too.
It's got, like, she gives me sex. You don't give me sex. So.
Okay, wow.
TMI.
I didn't know that was something you were wondering about.
The audience was wondering.
The audience was wondering. Yeah, well, we just dropped down to 4. No, we had 4 to begin with. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't done much other than ordering stuff.
Yeah, well, I've been doing a little sorting because I'm pretty much very, very behind on the sorting. So yeah, I started up sorting again. So it's a good thing because whenever I start sorting, usually I end up building something.
Yay! Yeah, that's always a bonus for sure. Yeah, and Matt is currently.
I guess that's the problem. I start sorting, then I end up fiddling with different parts, and then lightning comes on, and I could build this thing, or I could do this with these parts, and then I start building, and the sorting just goes on the side.
Never gets finished.
Yeah,
that's why most people are forever sorting, because they never get a chance to actually finish the sort before they have to start the next one.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, Matt currently sorting because he's still sorting his lug bulk and all his purchases over the times.
Well, and I keep getting in bricks and pieces orders, which is exciting. But then there's stuff to put away. So and
it's all new parts. So
this part came in. I got one more bag.
Was it sand green?
Yeah, it's a sand green with the Technic pillar part.
Yeah.
And guys, I know you guys have already talked about private stuff, but I have crabs.
Yeah.
You have crabs?
I ordered 60 of them because I wanted to do a whole beach thing at some point.
Well, and they were like less than $1. Like they were 50 cents US, 60 cents Canadian, something like that.
They were
reasonable.
Yeah, the animals are often very pricey on bricks and pieces, but the crabs were actually, I thought, pretty decently priced.
Well, I guess no one wants to advertise that they're buying or they're getting crabs or have crabs.
I wondered too. Well, I think I ordered them the very first day, and I was wondering if they didn't actually put the wrong price up, which they do that sometimes.
Yeah, they do, and then they take them down.
Day, and then
they did that with the goats.
I was like, click into my basket as fast as I could.
Yeah. They actually added yellow pants, like pure yellow minifig pants to the store this morning, I think.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, I haven't seen those for years. And then I started going through and realizing, oh no, they have actually been available for the past 4 years in sets.
Hmm.
I think they were in the Everyone is Awesome set and a few of the Ninjago or no, a few Minecraft sets. There's one of the Minecraft characters is all yellow. So,
Well,
it was,
they were also available in the Benny Space Squad.
oh,
'cause
yellow.
You had
Oh, yeah, that's
all
right.
yellow
Yeah.
astronaut there.
Yeah. I know when I was putting my figures together, I think yellow legs and pants I was very low in. Because Lego didn't sell them, I think, or they don't normally put them out in a large selection because they're worried people are just going to do naked minifigs, which I mean obviously has happened. Sorry?
Are they really worried about that?
I think over years they have been.
Yeah.
Yes, they've.
Yeah.
I think they've said that over the years. That,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know. I don't remember when or where, but I know I've heard people say that Lego avoids trying to use all yellow minifigs unless they really have to. That's why you don't see a pure yellow torso. Although again, we got one in the Everyone is Awesome set, like unprinted torsos, like that. But yeah. So Matt, beyond sorting, anything else going on?
Well, I finished building the museum last
yeah.
week, and I bought a couple sets. I bought the two small botanical sets that came out.
Yeah.
So, and I also bought off Shop at Home just to get the GWP. But I bought a second copy of the Starry Night literally as a parts pack. It is just loaded with a bunch of 1x2, 1x3, 1x4 plates in various shades of blue, and some of those had never existed until that set came out. And and I was like, I'll flip the minifig. I mean, I'll flip the gift, and I'll just probably just use it as a parts pack. So
yeah, I'd maybe hold on to the gift a little bit so the price can get back up there.
Yeah, in the U.S., the day that it came out, the price was like 50, and then it dropped down to like 34, and I left mine priced at 49, and I thought, well, we'll see if it comes back up eventually.
Yeah.
So, if not, they're the kinds of things that you could take.
Well, they'll probably will go back up with time. So,
and it's the kind of thing you could trade with somebody or take to a yard sale at a convention or something. And
definitely.
I've got 2 hits here right off the bat for $60 a set, Canadian. Canadian. So, I mean, having that higher price point, right? Like, there's still going to be, there's still going to be there's still going to be a market for them. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And the white baby. But again, maybe that might go down now too because you can get the white baby for $10 instead of $60 on Facebook Marketplace. Of course, technically there's 2 babies in that set, so that's $20. Are those the windscreens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty.
Ooh, I got the new Trans Dark.
Trans Black?
Yeah, the Trans Black that looks like black when you stack them all together.
Yeah. They're 1x2s?
1x2. Yeah.
I don't know if Janie's got a Trans Black brick yet. I have to talk to her about that. Janie builds, she's got like a scale Lego 1x1 Lego brick in every color. So anytime a new color comes out, like the reddish orange, I'll say, hey, by the way, this part's out. How many do you need for a brick and stuff like that?
So I know that she has a very low social media profile, and I am like Facebook friends with her. But does she still build? I mean, she's kind of quiet about Lego lately.
She does build. She's away from her collection right now.
Right.
Because she's on the American side of the border and her collection's on the Canadian side of the border.
Got it.
And she cannot come up to get her collection.
Yeah, she can't get it all. Obviously, well, because of visas and stuff. But
yeah,
her husband does build, so he has a collection. And I went last time I went down there, I helped them sort it a bit, and stuff. But like her collection is larger than his is for sure. So.
Not that we're comparing, but
no, I'm just saying, like she has a lot more, like she has a lot more stock, shall we say, of parts.
We're not comparing sizes.
So
Did they meet in part because they were already both AFLs?
they met at BrickFet. Brandon came to the original BrickFet, which was the event we were running.
Got it.
And the next year he was volunteering, and about 4 or 5 years later they were a couple.
Okay.
So yeah, they met through the community, which it is kind of rare. I mean, there are people that do that, but I mean, let's face it, the female to male population is not that huge in the community. It's getting better, but
when I went to Bricks Rodeo, one of the gay couple, they actually met through.
Okay.
So they actually got featured on. Lego did a thing about couples that had met through Lego, and so they actually were one of the couples that featured in this thing that Lego put out. I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, for Valentine's Day, I think it was.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of
yeah. I'm just trying to find where's mine, and I'll do a little photo montage because I just do that because I'm weird. For me, last Thursday, I guess, I got a Bricks and Pieces order in. This one, my first bricks, or this is the first one that, sorry, not the first one. This one shipped, I want to say near the end of July, and got to me in about 4 days from Denmark. And normally it's 9 to 10 days.
Yeah.
So I was super surprised because that doesn't happen that often.
Yep.
So I don't know. I guess it was just timing, and it got on the right truck, it got on the right plane, and it got into Canada efficiently.
I would say mine came quicker than normal too. So maybe there's something about DHL getting them across the Atlantic. I don't know.
Well, and I mean, I don't even think well, maybe they're shipping DHL. I don't know. Actually, I gotta take a look.
Well, I know that my sticker was DHL, so I know that's who it.
Well, this is just the German Post, Deutsche Post.
Deutsche Post.
Deutsche Post.
Deutsch.
I'm assuming that's so.
Deutsche Post.
Anyway. But I ended up getting, and the funny thing was, I got this whole order and it was nothing but space people for Janie, and one pair of legs for me, because I actually was short 2 pair of legs and I accidentally only ordered 1. So that's just packed away. I'm gonna hopefully see her in the next month or so.
Space people.
I also decided to build a puzzle this weekend. One of the Lego 1,000 piecers, which coincidentally doesn't take long to build. I was done within 24 hours.
I would think,
because you're good at puzzles, Jeff.
Well, I do like to puzzle. Yes.
I think if you're familiar with Lego's colors too, it's probably you would be faster than a non. Well,
and I also sort. I sorted the puzzle by, these are the blue shades, the green shades, the yellow shades, the red shades into bins, and then once I start one of those shades, I then sorted it by color again. So I mean, I was easy enough to put the bricks together and stuff, but a few of these have been a little harder, but this one wasn't too bad. Anyway, and then you saw a castle sitting on the table. I did work on the castle this weekend. I actually finished the castle, including the net. I was playing with different ideas for the bouncy castle net, and I was thinking, I can use these new 1x2 rounded plates.
Yeah.
And I got basically this far and realized I can't, because they have their bottom is solid, so the edges touch, so it doesn't flex downward, but it would flex upwards, because upward was the 1x1 dots on top. So I'm like, oh crap, okay, I can't do that. So I ended up going with, sorry?
Do most people use 1x1 rounds on the backside?
Most people end up going with the boat studs.
Oh.
Because originally I had the 1x1 rounds because it gives you the most flexibility. But 1x1 rounds also just fall right through the net when they're moved or pushed too hard.
Lego has the funniest name for that piece that you call the boat part. Do you know what they call it?
No, what do they call it?
The official name in Lego is Final Brick.
The final brick?
That's what they call it. It's the final brick.
It's the final brick.
It's on the bottom. It's weird name.
We called them boat studs because they were usually found on the bottom of the boats and vehicles, right?
Agreed.
Just to give the least amount of friction underneath. So so I ended up going with that, and then I got the bouncy castle. This is at a slower speed. apparently it's not loading yet.
Loading.
Probably because it's
These ways.
being downloaded from the web and then coming back up to the web. Anyway,
Loading.
so there is one gear visible, so people will be able to see that it's actually not dragon powered; it's gear powered. But that was the speed I had it at, and it was too slow because I had a motor, the bevel gears, the larger bevel gear to the smaller bevel gear. If I were talking in, I guess it's like 20 to 8 or 20 to 12, and then another 20 to 12 to get up to that height, and then a worm gear, and it was just way too slow. So I ended up rebuilding it. Did I get a video of that? Is this the faster one? Oh no, this is my second version, which is micro motor or regular motor directly to worm gear. So there was no gearing down, and also not at full power because my water wheel would also run off the same power controller, so I couldn't go full power. So yeah, and then I think I had a last video. I did not. I did end up gearing it up to like the opposite of the 20 to 12, and then the 20 to 12. I went basically the opposite, 12 to 20, 12 to 20, and then to a worm gear, so it spins a lot faster. But my shop at home orders came in yesterday. Like I said, I did get the museum, and I got a set that my friend needed, which is the bigger box below, which is a lot more expensive. And I won't tell you what it is, but you can probably guess by the gift of purchase. Coincidentally, the set wasn't available. If you bought the P1 McLaren, you couldn't get the space gift of purchase. There was a limitation. There was 2 sets that you could not buy and get that the gift of purchase, the Space Babies did not apply to. And the P1 was one of them. So I basically made an order for like $1,000 from Shop at Home for 2 sets. But I sold, I think I was saying previously, I sold the Lamborghini set used, the older Technic model. So that offset most of the price anyhow.
Have they done that before, where they excluded like a particular set from a?
No, I think this is the first time.
Okay, because it seemed unusual to me, but then I thought, well, maybe I'm forgetting another instance of this. But
I don't remember them doing this in the past, where they were where they were doing that for sure. Okay. Kermit the Frog has joined us. Hello on Twitch, or should I say hello? He's Kermit the Frog here. Anyway, welcome. We don't get very many Twitch followers or users or watchers. I don't know.
What?
But,
we're on Twitch.
We actually broadcast to Facebook, or no, YouTube and Twitch. So, because those are the ones that we can broadcast to. Facebook is no longer available to us. So, I mean, it is available, but you have to jump through hoops. So yeah, built the castle. It's now done. I'm now debating if I want to start castle expansion. But this next week I'm going to be a little busy because I'm trying to prepare for an event next Saturday. So I've got to actually, do housework and yard work, and got to build a barbecue. Because
my aunt is coming on Tuesday, and I have to get all of the Lego projects that are currently over the bed off before she gets here.
So you're just going to put them all over the floor so she can just,
I'm step on Legos.
I'm just going to take them into my Lego room and line them up on the floor, probably.
Yeah.
So she's only here for 4 days. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess we'll jump into the news. Let's do that. Not a lot of news today, I have to admit. There's, it's been a quiet week. I mean, after the August 1st releases, makes sense that there's not going to be a huge amount. First up, there are some ideas sets that were announced this week, ideas. There were some Lego ideas entries that hit 10,000 supporters this week. The first one is actually really interesting. The Working River Rapids Ride, fairground rafting coaster, which is a hand-controlled little log ride. Which I actually think is kind of adorable, and I would love to see this become an idea set because I think it's a cool idea.
It looks like it would have a huge piece count, though.
Yeah. So This is by Baron von Baron, which we've mentioned
Yeah,
before.
3,000 pieces.
3,000
Ooh.
pieces. So this is at the maximum. The build features typical fairground ride. You can manually guide the cars through their track or use a motor to operate the drivetrain, motor not included. And actually, this is the weird thing, though. Oh no, it joins the ones that are available in the second phase because we're just starting the we're talking about the third phase of 23 phase. Maybe that's a good word. Anyway, so there's a couple other angles of it. Like I said, I think it's kind of a cool looking design.
Yeah, it is.
So I'd be happy to see that come out as a modular. Which reminds me, I got to find that news article. I think I saw it on. Oh, I have to look. I saw a news article the other day saying that Lego's next round of modulars or next round of ideas, they're limiting what you can choose. You can't submit modulars anymore that work with the modular system, like the Lego house modulars. You can't submit a few other items as well. So I'm not sure why. I guess there's too many modulars being submitted, and they don't want to build. They don't want modulars to be made as fan creations.
They're tired of the submission authors complaining later that when Lego makes their own set, like they stole our ideas.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that too, right? So, but I'll see if I can track down that.
And strangely, it happens with it happened more often with specific builders than with others.
Really?
So yeah. So you're wondering if Lego is really copying them or they're just people who like to complain.
Yeah, it's people who make that accusation. It's almost like they somehow think like Lego doesn't have imaginative people who are also having some of the same exact ideas at the headquarters. Like
and for some of these models, I mean, there's not like 1,000 way to build like a Death Star or a Superstar Destroyer or modular that.
It makes sense. Sorry, I'm quickly trying to find. Oh, there it is. I'll open that up in a moment. Actually, I'll throw that one up right now since we're talking about it. Brickset had it, but I did read it somewhere else too. So, whoops. Mention out when you minimize the window that you're chatting in, it means that you're also minimizing the chat. So yeah, Bricklink Designer Program issues new guidelines. Oh, so sorry, this is the Bricklink Designer Program, not Lego Ideas. Yeah. So I did get them backwards. But again, makes sense. Bricklink Designer Program Series 6 starts in September. Legos issues a new guidelines for builders. Quite a few updates are documented on Bricklink, but perhaps the most interesting is that modular brick building submissions will no longer be accepted. Buildings in general are still valid, but they must not follow the standard modular building format. This would have affected a number of past models, such as the modular Lego store, the Brick Cross train station, the construction crane, and a bunch of others. The full guidelines are now available on Bricklink's website. I'm just trying to see if I can find a quick list here. Avoid depicting harm to animals, i.e. hunting and trapping, tied up, caged, or dead animals. So you can't do zoos, apparently. Fishing is acceptable, as well as usage of any standard elements that used to depict a food element. Oh, so you can use food in your mocks. Avoid depicting wild animals in zoos. So yeah, so zoos are out of the fake question. Circuses, aquariums, or
so
other
if we're eating an endangered species, it's okay, right?
Well, if Lego makes it as a food piece, the endangered croissant, that's okay. Like white croissants, they're very endangered because they only came in a few sets. Avoid depicting wild animals in zoos, circuses, aquariums, and other situations that are designed for human entertainment. Please only show wild animals in their natural habitats. So, Dave's coughing up a lung there. Are you okay, bud? Yeah? Okay. And also avoid highlighting fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, i.e. depicting refineries, fuel storage, or gas stations. It's acceptable to showcase...
So if I get this right, is it okay if my mug depicts me fishing for dolphins?
Yeah. I'm sure they've been overwhelmed with all the refinery submissions over the years.
Dolphins aren't endangered. They are in their natural habitat.
They're delicious.
Assuming you're not fishing in an aquarium, you get dolphins.
So fishing for dolphins is okay. Is that
I
it?
But
think
you're not
so.
allowed. But okay, so hold on. Now the Jaws set. I know this is a Lego set and it was an idea set, but it also had oil cans on it.
Yeah.
The big yellow cans. So I'm like, wait, they're going against their own rules. But anyways,
Historically,
avoid fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. Depicting refineries, fuel storage, or gas stations. Acceptable to showcase historical methods of transportation that rely on fossil fuels, i.e., steam locomotives. Oh yeah, I guess coal. Okay, fine. I was like thinking about that, but they're steam. Okay, yeah. Modern vehicles that need to adhere to this guideline. Therefore, the propulsion method should be ambiguous if it's not a sustainable power source. So you can no longer do a V8 engine vehicle or something like that if it's a current model. Models may not be based on the following internal Lego IPs: Ninjago, Dreams, Friends, Monkey Kid, and Icon's modular format. So,
So
minifigures.
if you have an idea about on a Lego IP license, you can't submit it.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, if you want to have if you have an idea for a dream set, which I mean that's their own content, that's their own property, so that totally makes sense to me.
but I wanted to do an elves build.
Well, that it doesn't say elves there, does it?
It's a Lego property though.
No, but it says Ninjago Dreams.
Oh, only
not
those.
based on the following internal Lego IPs, so it's only these following ones.
I was not listening carefully enough. I assume.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And again, this is the Bricklink.
I'm surprised that Friends is included in those IPs. I mean, Dreams I can totally get because they have a show and like Monkey Kids, but I don't get why Friends is on that list. Neither is the Icon modular.
Well, and again, I think this is because this is the Bricklink Designer Program, and the quality of a Bricklink Designer Program model submission probably wouldn't be the same quality as a modular buildings rules, right?
That's a problem.
So I guess they're just trying not to muddy the water. And if the other thing is, if someone is building a modular building and doing it on Bricklink Designer Program, and people are trying to collect the modular buildings, they're going to be pissed off that there's only 30,000 of them available and they sell out in a day. Like Lego's probably getting crap tons of complaints. Like, this model was available and it's already sold out. I want it, but now I can't get it. Right? Because it's a modular.
Yeah.
So, so minifigures. There's a maximum of one minifigure for every 325 parts. See this table for minifig count limits based on your part count. Yeah, okay. Skeletons do not count as minifigures.
Oh.
That's biased against the undead.
Yeah, and yeah. I was like going to say, does that tie back to fossil fuels as well? Because the skeletons are not fossils. Okay, anyway, good.
No, they're not. Their skeletons are not fossilized yet.
No, this is true. All right. So, anyways, there was that item. Remind me to go back to Brickset and talk about that. Or Brickset. Remind me to go back to Brickset after this and chat about it after most of the news is done. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the actual. Okay, so the second Lego idea set that hit 10,000 this week is the Italian Riviera. Again, not modular or not Lego Bricklink Designer Program. So this technically, even though it isn't a modular, anyway, I'll shut up now.
So let me say about this one. One of the few of these designer sets that I bought was the Venetian set, which I thought looked fantastic. Okay. And this also, I actually like the other angle on this one. I think the other side of it or something, but yeah, well, no, I don't really like that angle. Maybe it was a different shot.
You might be thinking about the one that just hit the one that they chose.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, so that's another news article. We'll get there. So yeah, this is built by Lego Paradise. Latest project hit 10,000.
I actually like that it's curved.
Yeah, me too.
The building is curved. Well, not the whole building, but the ensemble is in a curve. I think it's very reminiscent of an Italian little countryside village.
Yeah.
Things are not square in Europe.
Yep.
Yeah. So the set has actually been on the Ideas site for over a year, but it is sort of a bad luck situation because Lego has just announced, spoilers, because Matt already did it anyhow, that a similar project has passed the review stage and will be made into a set. So this one will most likely be rejected by default because Lego's already chosen another one. Okay. Does anybody? Well, have you guys ever heard of Jan? Jan
Yes.
Bayer?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
I
been in the
actually
Lego-
spoke to Jan a few years ago.
Okay.
he's on the
Yeah,
ambassador platform of the land. So
yeah, he's been in many roles, but I mean, when I've dealt with him, he was the community ambassador for all of Lego, and then there was like a North American ambassador under him type thing. But he has left the Lego company. He announced that this week. He's he was
Will there be a tell-all book? I'm hoping.
his It's a sad day in the Lego world. Longtime AFL community integration manager Jan Bayer has announced that he has left the company. You may have met Jan at various Lego conventions throughout the years, so on and so forth. Jan will now be working with Lego certified professional Casper Bendensen from Brickworks as a development manager. Although I haven't personally met Jan, this is the author, obviously. I will wish him best of luck in his new position. So he's still in the Lego community. He's just working for one of the professional builders, certified professionals. And he did post a letter if anybody wants to go and read it. It's up on the Brick Fan. So, all right, next up we have Lego Life magazine will be rebranded in November. I told you it's a slow news week. So it looks like Lego Life magazine will be rebranded to Lego Magazine.
Ooh, big
So
change.
Lego didn't get a life or lost the life or Oh, interesting. Anton saying, welcome, Anton. Jan was pretty much on sabbatical for the last 6 months. Okay. So, Lego Life Magazine being rebranded in November. It'll just be renamed to Lego Magazine. It'll still be free. The only thing that changes is the name and the look of the magazine. All the features are going to be the same. The Lego Magazine is primarily designed for kids aged 5 to 9, so you can sign them up if they want to check it out. Or you could just keep on creating new kids' names and saying that they're 5 years old. And you two, as an adult, can get the magazine. What? I don't actually do. I don't actually do that. I just happen to have one sitting on my desk. This is for my child TJ, which technically is one of my child's initials. So But
Sure.
I don't know. I like getting them. Do I actually look at them anymore? No. My kids actually got pissed off because when they hit the age of 9, they got kicked off the program. So I added them back in. So anyway,
You use their middle names.
well, I changed their initials where I used initials instead of full names. All right, so here's that Humble Bumble item we were talking about a little while ago. Lego Worlds Collide, the Humble Bumble Ultimate Assembly Humble Bumble. So this is 19 games. There's 3 different. The game one?
No, I bought the other one.
Yeah, you bought the book one, right?
The building
Yeah.
one, I think.
Yeah. So and this is US dollars as well. So there's 3 different bundle sizes, 6, 11, or 19, and you have to pay at least $15 for the 19 items. And it's basically Steam downloads of all the Lego software games. 18 games. It says free because it says 19 bundle. 18 games for only $15. You can pay as much or as little as you like. The bundle helps support the charity The bundle helps support charity water, and you can adjust how much goes to the Warner Brother Games, charity water, and to Humble Bumble. So yeah, as Dave was saying, there was a way to control where the money goes.
And you should look at it because by default, Humble Bumble takes like a large portion of your.
Yeah, if you don't adjust it yourself. The bundle is valued at $419 US. If you're buying each game individually, the games in the bundle include, and I'm not going to go over them all, but they all have Lego in the title because they're all Lego games. And there's also a coupon for 85% off Lego the Star Wars Skywalker Saga. So it's not included in the bundle, but you get a coupon for it. And again, these are games that you have to buy. I did look into it. It's they're on Steam. So you're not getting the console games, you're getting like the Steam games. So obviously you need a computer to run them and stuff like that. So I would be tempted to do this, except for my kid has played every single one of them throughout and like 100% completed them in multiple consoles. So I'm not going to tell him that there's a computer-based one because he's going to go back and redo them all. And that computer is my media center. So no, I want to watch TV. Stop playing your game. So surprisingly, guess what? They're creating a new Lego Star Wars character encyclopedia, updated edition for 2025.
Does it include Jedi Bob?
It will probably include Jedi Bob because it's updated. What Matt?
Was that a sarcastic surprising, or you were
Well,
serious?
they do it every 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Well, more like 1.5 year.
Well, I was being generous, but
every year they come up with a new version.
Yeah,
of
they
book.
upgrade. Like it depends. They'll do the Marvel one year. They'll do DC one year. They'll do Star Wars and such as well. So this originally listed on Amazon for April 1st, released in 2025. Obviously, it'll be all up to date with all the latest movies and properties and characters and figures. And the cover art will be revealed closer to the date. The reason why these books tend to garner interest is because it usually comes with a Star Wars minifigure, and it tends to be a figure that isn't either a new print or a figure that's never been produced before or something like that. So it's like the Orange Classic Spaceman that came out in the Lego minifigure book that I bought 3 copies of in the past. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sad I did that. I'm just saying. All right. Today is the last day for the Lego Technic P1 logo gift with purchase. So if you haven't bought it yet, you still have time, but you're running out of time. So that's that article. There were 3 new sets announced this week. Well, and plus the bonus one that I haven't mentioned yet. They were seasonal sets because, what else are we going to talk about in August besides Christmas?
Christmas.
So and Halloween.
Ding,
So
ding, 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 ding,
there's a new Lego.
ding, 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 ding,
Here for
ding, ding,
all.
ding, 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 ding.
Da, da,
Ding
da.
ding 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 ding.
Jeff's going to be sorry he has us on during the announcement.
No, I'm not going to be sorry. That song's just going to be running through my head for the rest of the night now. I have to go and listen to a Christmas song just to get it out of my head. Anyway, so first up is
Lego Jingle Bell sets.
First up is the Lego Christmas ornament
set,
which has 4 ornaments: a present, a snowman, Santa, and a reindeer. 400 or 153 pieces. This could be a gift for purchase.
Santa Claus is coming with Lego.
We released it on September 1st. U.S. price at $12.99. Obviously 4 ornaments, which we already talked about. There's the back of the box. It's the exact same as the front of the box, just different angles and different positions.
That's what he said.
Picture of the ornaments. Nice. All right, next up we have another. Actually,
we're very undisciplined today, Jeff. Sorry.
It's okay. So there's also a seasonal Christmas table decoration that's been revealed, which this was actually pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's nice.
The holly with the candle, and it's got the melty wax on top.
Deck the halls with all your Lego.
Lego has revealed the new seasonal Christmas set with Christmas table decorations, releasing again September 1st. Set has 433 pieces and retail for $39.99 USD. The set features a red candle surrounded by red berries, golden stars, and green foliage.
Red berries.
I knew someone was going to go there with the berries. And lastly, they also announced a Halloween barn.
Not least.
Okay. They also announced the seasonal Halloween barn. Also available September 1st, $14.99 US, 205 pieces. It's like a little facade of a barn that looks a little spooky and comes with a skeleton.
I have to say that their Halloween sets are really fun. And
yeah, they are.
We go all out at our house for Halloween. Like we have the 12-foot skeleton and all the stuff. And so we really decorate up. And Thomas really only builds like the GWP size set. So he likes those, various I have the old one, like the Frankenstein brick built figure that was like a kid's build, and
And I'm just looking at this, and I just noticed that it's got a bright orange 8x16 faceplate, which is kind of interesting. Like the
oh
8
yeah,
by 16. Yeah, I don't know that color's ever been in bright orange before.
Mm.
But yeah, released
is.
September 1st, $14.99, 205 pieces. There's another image of it. There is no image of the back of it, so I think it's pretty much a front facade only. It is only 2 bricks deep, so that makes sense. But there's no details on the back that
It's looking at you.
there's 2 eyes. So,
It's looking at you.
so as mentioned, third stage of winners was announced for Lego Ideas from last year, 2023. First up was and these are fan models only. These are not the final models. These are the winning fan models. So the first one was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Here we go again by
Oompa loompa dee doo.
by Two
I
People
got
Yell.
a Lego kit for you.
So yeah, there will be
Doompa
Lego will have Oompa Loompas at some point, assuming. And the other one is the Italian
We're
Riviera.
not gonna build it for you.
yes.
The other one is the Italian Riviera by Galaxy 333.
I will buy that.
Yeah, which this does closely match to the he's muted and too bad.
The Venice. It looks like it could sit right next to the Venice set and look great.
Yeah, agreed.
My only disappointment with the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is that the girl who gets squeezed is not flat. Like
Violet? Was it Violet that got squeezed?
Yes.
I don't remember who it was.
She ate the chewing gum called a giant grape or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this one is definitely interesting. Hard to say if it's a modular or not. I mean, it is built up on the backside.
Not.
Well, how do we know?
There's
The Technic pins. They're
yeah.
not in a row. They're not.
But it could be a corner.
No.
Anyway, this is I built, in case I didn't say it, built by Galaxy 333. Lego is still doing a final checks on the Disney Pixar Luxo Junior lamp, which has now gone through 2 phases. They're saying, yeah, we're interested in this one, but we're still not sure if we can do it. So I guess they're trying to make it structurally sound enough.
Oh.
I'm assuming they have Lego's go ahead for it, otherwise they wouldn't have done it, or Disney's go ahead for it. But I'm wondering if they're either trying to make it structurally sound, or they're trying to make it be able to collapse and fold open like a real lamp, because kids might want to play with that or whatever, right? Because you see it bouncing around and stuff. So they will announce that if one.
I wanted to make the wiki sound when it hops.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there you go. They need a sound brick.
Wiki.
That's where you have to supply your own sound, just like with the lasers. You go pew 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 as you fly your Star Wars.
Oh.
No, I agree. I prefer Lego sound bricks. This has always been my favorite. Still my favorite to this day. Stop now.
We didn't hear it, Jeff.
What do you mean you didn't hear it?
We couldn't hear it.
Hear it.
What do you mean you can't hear it? You can't hear that?
No.
It sounds like your voice got metallic.
Oh, hold on. Audio cancellation. I'll try now. Better?
Yeah.
I'm getting a very alien feel right now. Like we should get in the escape pod right now.
I always took that as the sub is launching its missiles, or we're under attack.
Yep.
So yeah, apparently there's noise cancellation on StreamYard now, which isn't good to know, I guess. But all right. So yeah, surprise bonus item.
Bonus.
Just announced tonight. Lego Wicked sets that are coming out in October for the Wicked movie. So this is the first time we're seeing it. I technically saw this top one in Brickset quickly, but it looks like there's a large built set of figures, like not brickheads, just something totally different here. It's kind of interesting.
It makes me worry because the producers of Wicked are putting a whole lot of money on marketing
Well, yeah.
So
that's
usually when that happens, it
it's not
means the
good.
movie is not that good.
But it's got Ariana Grande in it. Not that that makes any difference. But all right. So first up, we have
So-
Gwendola.
I will say this about the Wicked set. One of my good friends who does Zero Lego heard that there was going to be Wicked sets and texted me, and because we exchanged Christmas gifts, and he goes, "If you're looking for an idea, I'm very interested." So
All right, there you go.
he's a huge fan of the musical, so there is a built-in audience. This is a guy who's my age, so he's middle-aged, and he wants a copy of it. So
Well, there
they're
you go.
tapping
There's
into
4
that.
sets. So the first one up here is Gwendola, Elphaba, and Nerosi at Shiz Uni, which a couple of characters, the main 2 characters, and someone in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
And for the record, models do not float. In case you were wondering. Yeah, SHIZ.
At
She's-
Cheese.
I'm assuming Uni would be like their school. Maybe that's the
Uni.
school name. But anyway, there's a bunch of pictures for this set, and then there's the Alphabeta and Glendola figures. So these are actually kind of interesting, just because they're like more like brick built. It looks like there's some interesting bar elements and flesh tones coming out.
I'm interested in that trans piece. Is that printed?
The mirror or the
Is
looking
that-
glass or
yeah.
whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what that is exactly. Could just be a piece of plastic even. Who knows?
Yeah, could be a sticker. Yeah.
Let's see if there's any other pictures. They don't have a click through. It literally opened it up as a separate. Okay. Here's a better picture, maybe. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's a Technic Ring. So it's probably we think that's maybe a piece of plastic mounted in behind.
It's
Yeah.
like one of these.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the smaller one, the 11 sized one. There's also now it's gone so big that I have to zoom back in. I now went too far. There's also Glendola and
Oh, Jeff,
Alphabet.
you're so big.
Dormitory. Dormitory.
Dormitory.
I don't know where to go after that statement.
Jeff, did
so
you get
obviously-
sleep last night?
I did not. I actually slept pretty crappy. So,
Yeah, you seem tired today.
yeah. So this folds up into a little box that looks like a little suitcase of sorts.
He's a Canadian tired.
Yeah,
But
definitely tired of the corny jokes. So I'll tell you that much. But I'm just joking. I do appreciate them, but So yeah, this set is their sleeping chambers at school. It's got some interesting trans green parts on the side here in the vial.
Way too much pink.
Way too much pink.
I don't think you should call it vial.
All right. Well, what would you call it there? A bottle?
I would call
I'm assuming it's a potion of some sorts. And then there's this one, the Welcome to the Emerald City, which actually looks pretty cool looking. Looks fairly large. No piece count.
That looks like a good parts pack for like that
for
color.
green.
that looks like a friend set bit into something green and everything turned green.
There you go. Golden Brick Road not included. But yeah, so I'm just trying to see if there's any good shots. Oh, there's a back shot of this. Follow. Scan inside. Oh, they've got the scanning thing going on in these sets too, like that technology that we talked about previously. That Lego's doing some kind of scanning stuff.
Okay, so you get like voices of the characters? Or
I
things
don't.
like that?
I don't know. All that they've said was that there was some kind of like barcode type scanning going on, but I don't know what's in the scanning. Is it like a Mario type scanner? You know what I mean? Like the Mario figures, how they scan the.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate these
We
ads.
just win 70 million, Jeff.
Yeah, well,
We would buy
sure.
all the Legos that we want.
Well, that would be nice. All right, so that came out. Sorry for the crap quality. I know Brickset actually did post this when I was looking for that article. I did see it as well, but I already had this one open. New parts. There weren't actually a lot of new parts in the release that we just had in August's first release, but in 3PO's head, there's the new curved piece here, 1x2 by 1 2/3, in the pearl white gold or in the pearl gold.
We did see those
We,
new
we
elements
saw them
when we saw the first pictures of the
Yeah.
3PO.
And then there's I don't know why these are duplicated. I guess they do have technically different numbers. So apparently, I'm not sure why it's like this, but they are. There's the newer dome top with kind of like the craggly bits on top, or the rough, icy type look on top. There's the new 3x3 macaroni pieces. The
Hey, macaroni.
Hey,
in colors. There's also There's also a corner slope, again similar to the one we saw earlier for 3PO's head.
Spotted that on the 3PO set again.
Yeah, there's the new cauldron piece that's coming in the Dream sets. The cauldron piece, but it also looks like a dive helmet basically.
Yes, it does.
Kind of an interesting thing because it's got studs on 2 sides, well 3 sides including the top.
I would like to see like a submarine built out of this.
Yeah,
part.
I think it'd be pretty cool looking.
There was
Like a deep dive submarine, like the Titan.
You ready for the interesting one? Fiber optic cables are back.
Ooh.
There's a 10 long and a 28 long fiber optic cable. That is in. I think they're using it for the lighting on the new Technic cars. The new Technic, there's a remote control car. So I think they're just running that instead of putting lights at the front, they're just running a fiber cable over there. There's also a new hub for this as well, 16 by 9 by 6 hub with 3 motors, 6 lights, and no ports. So all the motors and the lights are all built in internally within this.
No ports.
Hmm?
That's disappointing.
But yeah, because what?
Because I mean, Lego was when they released the power functions way back in the days.
Yeah.
Lego was all about, hey, we're changing the system because we want the system to be integrated. We want things to be able to talk to each other and across the line. Then they came up with the new EVA, the new system with the Technic system. I don't. Well, new Mindstorm system.
Yeah, I can't think what it was called. EVA? No, EV3.
EV3. Yeah, the EV3 system. And again, the message was we want things to work across all of our products. We want to integrate things. We want motors to work together, and never didn't happen. And now we see that they're building hubs without any ports, so you cannot add any more motors or that's a pro, right? Banner.
Well,
So yeah.
You can't add more motors. There is still 3 motors built into it. I mean, this is specifically because, and it's Bluetooth controlled. And I think someone's already created software that will basically, there's software I've seen that I can use it to control the Duplo train thing as well, which is Bluetooth controlled, and do some minor programming with it as well. I'm not saying that that'll be the case here, but the interesting thing with this was the next piece, there's a rechargeable battery for this item, which is something that Lego has definitely been lacking lately in the way of having rechargeable batteries for their like train motors and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And there's also
and with the push to be more environmentally friendly.
There should have been at least one port to add something.
They're pushed to be more environmentally friendly. Matt, you were saying?
Well, having rechargeable instead of disposable batteries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but I mean, this set, I think this set that it comes in is like a $250 Canadian set or something like that. So it is an expensive little remote control car. But because you're getting a full new set of tech and controllers and cables and everything else, so yeah. So there's also, sorry,
it's a bargain.
Yeah. There's also flags, signs, plastic cloth. There's a couple of new capes. There's the foil pieces from the new Technic sailing ships. There's built like the piece of armor type thing for the larger buildable figures that they're using for face helmets, for helmets and stuff. Minifig accessories. Again, I'm not sure why this is tripling and quadrupling. They do have different part numbers, so I don't know why that is. There's the new capes for some of the superhero sets.
No capes.
Loki and Thor, removable capes, so you don't have to take their heads off to take their capes off. These new life vests or puffer vests, I guess. The new timed piece from Dreams in a few different shades. The minifig heads from the new
Animal Crossing.
Dreams,
Animal
Animal
Crossing.
Crossing sets. Yeah, I was going to say Dreams. Nine Neb and some of the Star Wars characters from the new Star Wars sets. Animal Crossing as well. Sonic. The new Crow / Falcon / Bird with transparent parts of the skin. I don't really get this one because I get it because it's a Dreams character, but or a Dreams item. But so I hope they make this in a regular color as well, so that people will, be able to put it in
People don't have to repaint it.
Yeah, true. Raven. It's Raven. New strain element. Just gets a different length, different Technic beams. This one's interesting. The 1x3 Technic brick with 3 holes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
No, this is brand new. I was shown. I forget what set it was. I saw a set the other day that someone pointed it out. It's like literally a set that was announced in the past week or so. I guess I could just click
and the Technic hole placement is interesting because it's located right under the stud.
Yeah, so we have the 1x1 and the 1x2 version. Now we have the 1x3 version.
They're not offset. That's a first, isn't it?
No, because we've had the 1x1 and the 1x2 versions.
Yeah.
Oh, with 2 holes.
It's unprecedented for something beyond 1x1 and 1x2.
Yeah, well, 1x2, yeah. There's also in the McLaren, there's all the new reddish orange, or no, this is the Mercedes. And in the McLaren, there's all the new Technic parts in there. So we'll kind of zoom through this because it's just
boring.
The new rims for the Moon Rover Technic set. Oh, this is interesting. The steering suspension link, but it's offset 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Interesting. New suspension piece as well from the McLaren. This guy's kind of weird as well. New tires. New hubcaps. I guess that's for one of
They're not Canadian tire, though.
No, they're not Canadian tires.
Canadian
A large-scale bore. The new cockpit from the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. Recolors. Again, I'm going to scroll through this quickly because recolors and prints. 1x2 brick in trans black.
Interesting.
Dark brown. Yeah, dark brown corner brick. More colors of these existing parts that are, well, those ones above were new. These ones not so much. And I'm not going to continue this because I realize that we're like here in the list, and it's a long list. So be sure to check it out. Again, scrolling down, these are all just recolors. It's a huge list, including minifig heads. And funny how the torso is just like, you're scrolling down and the torsos just look like they're changing pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the Mario barcodes, I was talking about these things here. So, I mean, Lego technically has the ability to do barcoding stuff already. So maybe they're just expanding that system. I saw a gray shield there, and I'm never going to find it again.
Well,
right
make
there.
a search for shield. Oh.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so lots of parts that are available in the new sets.
Shield.
And I originally saw the Wicked set here in the brick set list of new items. They now have all 4 of them here. So obviously, when I saw it earlier, they were just uploading them at that point. And that's the news. An hour and 9 minutes, not too bad. Considering it might have been a little quicker if it wasn't for the
Christmas stuff.
For the
idiotic behavior of me and Matt.
For the experience. Yeah.
Christmas.
Sorry, Jeff.
No,
It's one of those nights that me and Matt
I was more. I'm a little tired, and
You sound exhausted, honestly.
yeah, like I was saying earlier, I woke up this morning earlier than normal, and then I went back to bed and I couldn't get to sleep. So like I was up for 2 hours, and then
Yep.
suddenly I'm like passing out, and so my sleep was broken.
At 1:30, I had low blood sugar, got up, and then I
Yeah.
felt terrible, and I was like burping and passing gas, and I just laid down on the couch, and I wasn't going to get back in bed until things felt like they were back to normal, and I ended up falling asleep on the couch all night, and then Thomas woke me up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting back in bed," and I fell asleep till 1 p.m., which
Nice.
which school starts next week, so I could get away with that today.
Yeah.
Normally, I won't be able to do that. So.
Yeah, I was I debated this morning when I started work to just not work and say I'm taking the day off.
Yeah.
But I ended up working through it, and I actually solved one of my problems that I was working on. So by like noon, I was okay again. It's just I needed to get over that grogginess.
Oh yeah.
Which apparently is coming back now.
So I have a completely un-Lego question.
Yes, it's not snowing in Canada right now.
I do. It is a Canada question, though.
I know.
Hey, we have American questions, so
I follow a number of like very niche YouTube channels, and one of them is this thing that's like Earth News, and it talks about like earthquakes and volcanoes that are. And so one of them featured this big thing about this landslide in British Columbia that blocked up the river that feeds into the Fraser.
Yeah.
I can't remember how to pronounce it, but was that big news, or was that just?
Yeah, it was big news.
Okay.
I mean, it was big enough news. Like our news broadcast, CBC and stuff, they've been following it as well.
Okay.
I think from last I saw a video this morning about it. And, so basically, landslide covered a river or blocked a river. So all the water backed up behind it until it finally overflowed the landslide, and now it's taking all the debris downriver with them. And it doesn't seem to be impacting them as much as they were worried. They thought it would be a big deluge. They thought the ground would break and there'd be a rush of water, but I guess it's coming out a lot slower. But I think I heard the landslide was retreating a couple of meters every hour, like slowly eroding the ground again.
Yeah, there was debate before it overtopped as to whether it would rapidly cut a channel through the debris field or if it would gradually, diminish.
Yeah, and I think all the debris in the water is helping slow it down because there's like woods getting stuck and stuff. I did the article or the video I watched. They were saying, it might not be a bad flood now, but it's depositing a bunch of wood and stuff on the side of the rivers. That when next year's winter comes, or when winter comes and the thaw, which the thaw is a lot worse, it's now going to be picking up all that debris and sending that down the river. So their thought, like the spring of next year, could be worse for them.
Do you get ice dams that form in the spring sometimes where like the ice will build up and block the water and then it'll break through?
It happens, yeah. I mean,
it happens often in Quebec. I mean, all the rivers that feed into the Saint Lawrence River, they tend to block, and in Beauce actually they're flooding like every spring. So
but I watched a helicopter footage. It was like about a 6-7 minute clip where they just took off. They followed the river all the way up to the spot and then beyond it. And one of the things that it looked very unpopulated for most of it, and then it came up past somebody had a farm where they had irrigation. And I was like, okay, so it's not so remote that there are 0 people there, but there also aren't a ton of like,
it's in the foothills of the mountains or whatever and stuff. But I mean, obviously it was a big enough slide that they were worried about what's going to happen because you can't predict what's going to happen or how it's going to give way, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, and I mean, again, I've watched one video and I heard a few little news clips here and there, so I'm by no means an expert, but they were saying, I think they were saying the biggest debris was going to hit the first Hope, British Columbia was supposed to hit around midnight tonight.
Okay.
So.
Well, having watched 3 videos on YouTube, I am now an expert.
Ooh, you're now an expert. You're the American expert on
You're American expert on Canadian landslide.
on this landslide. Yeah.
Well, I watched a YouTube video, and now I'm an expert.
And I mean, totally unrelated, but I was this morning when I was scrolling through Instagram, I hit apparently August the 3rd of this year, there was like 20 or 30 natural disasters around the world, like flooding and hail and like volcanoes erupting and stuff. And it's like, okay, I know this is just made to make me think, oh my God, it's the end of the world, right? Like it probably happens every day that there's flooding in cities and stuff. It's just someone's pulled it all together into one clip.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of cool about this YouTube channel. It's like, I can't remember the name. It's like Earth Report or something, and it'll talk about like which volcanoes are spitting out lava right now and where there's like clusters of, and there's always stuff going on. It's just that it doesn't really make the mainstream news unless it's particularly catastrophic. So you know, there's always stuff happening in different spots on the globe, and I find it kind of entertaining because it's one of these like weird niche things that nobody pays any attention to unless it gets really big. But
for those of you that watch Old Gray Bricks, you'll know that Matt really loves maps. And if you follow Matt on Facebook and stuff, he really loves maps. And we've always said he needs to start a little YouTube channel, like, fun with maps or something. And as I was thinking that while you were talking, I'm like, no, fun with mats.
Mats.
There is one that I follow already, and it's a guy who studied geography, and his channel is called Geography King, which sounds kind of arrogant, but he's actually a very down to earth guy, and he just does a lot of stuff. Like he did stuff where like if you're doing a road trip from east to west across the U.S., what's the best route to take, and he ranked like all of the state capitals of the 50 U.S. states from most attractive to least attractive. I mean, it's fun, and Thomas enjoys it.
And which one came in last place? Matt?
There's a weird one. Like there's like, I think the North Dakota state capitol is just like, it's like a 13-story skyscraper. It's like an office building, and it's the tallest building in North Dakota. Like the next tallest building is only like 3-4 stories, and so it's like 13 stories, which makes it the tallest building. And it's
13 is an interesting number too. I'm assuming it's not 13 stories.
Yeah, it's just not attractive. It's like, it's cost efficient to build an office tower, but like it's not pretty at all. It's
Well, now we've learned something. If you're going through North Dakota, you don't need to stop and look at that.
And it might not even be North Dakota, but it was one of the plain states, so I could have the wrong state.
Well, they're plain for a reason, right?
That's right.
Yeah. I did watch, totally unrelated, I did end up watching Twisters the other day.
Yeah, the new one.
I liked it. Yeah, it was fun. I mean,
in the last few weeks, I saw Despicable Me 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that one.
And I saw Harold and the Violet Crayon.
The Purple Crayon? Yeah.
Purple Crayon, yeah.
Yeah, Violet, because it's probably a French version you watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched Deadpool and Wolverine?
We went and saw that this week.
No, I didn't see it yet.
It was. We had rewatched the first and second movie to get ready. There's so much. It's surprisingly more serious than some of the other ones. Like the first, 30 minutes, it's like joke. And then there's like a middle section where it's like, oh, there's actually a real plot in this one. Yeah. Like they're actually trying to do something.
Well, they've got to fix the MCU, so it
felt weird compared to the other Deadpool. Like it felt like kind of like they mashed on part of a Deadpool movie to part of I don't want to give anything, a follow-up to one of the Marvel TV shows. Yeah. And then I will say this. I grew up in the 80s. So I grew up in the 80s. I was reading comic books, and, X-Men was one of my favorite ones. Every 13-year-old boy loved Wolverine, he's kind of this badass character. Mm-hmm. And at one point they're about to engage in a battle, and he turns to the camera and he goes, and for those of you who have, I'm trying to say this in a family-friendly way, jerked off to thinking about this battle between these two characters, get ready.
There was a lot of like rude humor that it was funny, and and just the fact that they call it. Sorry, go ahead.
there's a lot of fan service, but it was
Yeah.
fun because they know they're doing fan service. They're like,
Well,
we know
and-
you've always wanted to see Wolverine in this costume, so we're going to
Yeah,
give it to you in this costume.
And just the jokes, like they insult Fox, they insult Disney. It's like some of the stuff they say. It's like, wow,
Yes.
I mean, this has been in the previews, like the little videos that have come out. That we can't use the word, we can't talk about cocaine, and then they go through all the different names of cocaine.
Right.
And for the rest of the movie, it's like, I really need some cocaine, and like, but we're
There's
not
a
allowed to
scene-
talk about it.
Hugh Jackman doesn't have his shirt, so you can see all his muscles. And Deadpool goes, "Oh, kind of let yourself go after the divorce, eh?" I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they
It's-
definitely
it's-
don't. It's very Deadpool. Like, it's definitely very caustic and hilarious.
And it wasn't
very
like
irre-
first couple of them. It was, like you said, it was more serious. And I found it wasn't. I would say I don't think it was as funny, but they did tie up a whole bunch of loose ends. So, and I know that's the reason why they did it. Like the cameos in it are crazy.
Mhm.
So, Dave, if you ever watched, well, you watch MCU and that type of stuff, so you probably see it at some point. But
And that I did not know about the actor that they had play Gambit, so that was like, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
wait, he's Gambit? Like, not see that.
Yeah, and that was the thing. They pulled in some actors that they originally cast or wanted to always be those roles and stuff. So they pulled some of them in. But yeah, it was interesting. So I don't want to give. I'm trying not to give anything away because someone hasn't seen it yet. But if you get a chance,
See?
go watch it.
Yeah.
Cheap Night
Just-
Tuesdays.
Just don't take any impressionable children with you.
Well, yeah. I went with my
That's the problem. That's why I haven't seen it, because
Yeah.
I have young children.
yeah. I went with my son. He's like 17, and he's seen them all. And I'm like, how come you haven't watched Logan yet? And he's like, because you wouldn't let me watch Logan. I'm like, well, yeah, okay. When you were 13 and 12, Logan probably wasn't all that appropriate. You could probably watch it now. And he's like, well, now I don't want to. I'm like,
you
well, fuck.
kind of need to watch Logan
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
before you watch this movie
Yeah.
in a way. So
But yeah,
And Logan is such a good movie. Also, personally,
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best like X-Men movie out there.
yeah. I have to go back and rewatch that one because I didn't watch it. I should have, because obviously Wolverine. But I'd also heard that it's not the same Wolverine. It's because it's multi-universe and stuff. But yeah, it was interesting. Regardless, so yeah, shall we call it a night?
yeah, Jeff needs his rest.
Jeff needs. I have to fill Brooklyn Quarter before I go to bed. So
Oh. I have gotten no orders in the last.
it's been dead for me too.
Yeah.
And this is like I want to say a 5 or 6 page order of parts, and it's like
Hmm.
1s and 2s.
Hmm.
Oh,
So yeah, it's not as fun as some of the other ones are.
It's the perfect order to fill when you're sleep deprived.
That's a good point. I should probably do it tomorrow, but I want to mail it in tomorrow, so because I need to go do my errands. So
But on the plus side, as tired as you are, you can count to 2, so you should be okay.
1, 2, 1, 2.
yeah, I can.
One.
Okay, yeah. I
1,
agree.
1,
1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Hopefully, if there's any 3s or 4s, I'll just have to quit though. So, but anyways, all right, I'm hitting the button. Thanks everybody, and we will see you.